always hungry for new knowledge, experiences, food, and culture. There's always more to see, think, feel, and do. Fusion Kitchen is our way to satisfy that hunger. It is the interaction of these two paths in our lives, our shared appetite to travel the world, to eat authentic food, experience different cultures, and our desire to help women gain employment and create an impact using our business and nonprofit backgrounds.
For those of you who don't know, Fusion Kitchen offers cooking classes for immigrant women to develop their transferable skill sets, gain work experience, and build self-confidence in order to increase their opportunities for employment in Canada. In addition to leveraging their cooking skills as teachers of the classrooms, we use food as an avenue to build connections as well as to show the different cultures in new lights.
So like what Sean was saying, in 2012 has been our year of achievements and accomplishment. We secured over $10,000 of funding through competitions held by Ashoka Canada, SFU BD, as well as BC Ideas. We've become, I guess, celebrities in our households with features in the Vancouver Sun, the Globe and Mail, SFU, Burnaby Now, and amongst more. Most recently, we checked off our box in our goal list and spoke at the recent Pechakucha, Vancouver, where we were amongst women who were transforming the city. To top this off, we've both been recognized individually as the 2012 and 2013 HSBC Women Leaders of Tomorrow for Western Canada.
However, behind this known track record, there are behind-the-scenes moments which few have seen and know about. These particular moments are our fears, our low points, and our failures that we don't typically share with other people. And for us, this is just as important to share these stories as it is all the good stuff.
So currently, we hold our classes at Save on Meats. The journey to find this venue hasn't been an easy one. We've been told by many people, it shouldn't be difficult securing a venue, and I completely agree. It should have been really easy. But the truth is, we wanted a particular venue that had a particular type of cooking kind of layout with individual cooking stations. Therefore, we needed a venue with the right layout to start. With this particular request, the logical sense was to ask other cooking schools and high schools. This is where it became difficult. We went and asked cooking schools about renting their kitchen, and the responses we got were outright no, or it cost like thousands of dollars, and us being students, we didn't really have that money to begin with. So that option was definitely a no. On the other hand, our next step was to approach high schools. We asked various school districts along the SkyTrain route. However, due to a lack of connections, credibility, regulations, and similar cooking programs, we were also shut down. It felt at this time that our options were slowly disappearing. We've been encouraged and pushed by many to continue, and it shouldn't be that difficult to secure a venue. The words were encouraging, but in reality, it wasn't that easy. There were many factors that had to be considered, such as accessibility, cost, layout, and amongst others. That said, we continued looking and looking until we finally contacted a commercial kitchen located on Commercial Drive. They were happy to have us on board, but they did charge us a hefty fee, as well as for that price, we were only allowed to use one stove pretty much for about 20 people. We really wanted to run these classes, so we had to compromise. We ran 2 classes, and they were generally good, but the biggest feedback we got was the venue could have been better. It confirmed that we had to continue our search for the right venue.
So there came a point in the summer where I started to question Fusion Kitchen, why we were doing what we were doing, where we were going, and the uphill battle that we were facing. I felt everything was going so slowly and that we weren't making any real progress. Simultaneously, I was leading a team of 10 individuals in organizing the 5th annual Entrepreneur of the Year competition, as well as working full-time while Sonam was actually in Ecuador on an Education Generation Fellowship. So we both had all the responsibilities that were piling up, and we spent less and less time on Fusion Kitchen, to the point where it's actually on our back burner. And it was really only staying lit because of the positive feedback and countless words of encouragement that we were getting from our various supporters. For me, this was part of my journey where I was really only continuing on with Fusion Kitchen because I didn't want to let other people down. So I remember sitting down with a friend, and he acted as my soundboard for all my thoughts and concerns and fears that I was having with Fusion Kitchen. And after hours of talking with this friend, I came away confident in the decision that I was going to leave Fusion Kitchen. So the next step was to wait for Sonam to come back, talk to her, and then we'd go on from there. But for the next few weeks, I was merely going through the motions of working on Fusion Kitchen until that talk. So before I actually talked to her, I talked to one of our mentors, and I shared with him that I was looking to leave Fusion Kitchen, and he didn't advise me one way or another to leave or stay, but I left our 30-minute coffee chat with this burning and nagging feeling. What if I continued on with Fusion Kitchen, giving it my 110%? And being an extremely curious and hungry person, I didn't want to leave that question hanging.
We came across an opportunity to cater an event in early June. It was an opportunity for us to test out another potential revenue stream for our venture. Although this was exciting, the reality was that we both never have catered an event before. It was completely new to us. So we decided to go with it. I mean, how hard can it be to cater an event? We sought some advice from individuals, made a plan, and were ready to execute. On the day, we had 5 hours to cook and to deliver the food. We had to be at the event at 5:30.
So the food took us a little longer to prepare than we expected. We were 2 hours behind schedule, and our to-do list was not getting any shorter. We received 2 phone calls from the event organizers who were expecting to see us sooner. We told them that we were going to be late. How late is a completely different story. As you can imagine, we were scared and frightful, and we just really didn't know what to do. I think we were extremely disappointed in ourselves, but also fearful of the feeling that we'd feel knowing that we'd let others around us down. So we did what we do best, is we called one of our mentors, and he advised us that the only thing in that situation that we can control was our reaction, and that there was nothing that we could do to change how late we were, but we could control and still the opportunity to leave a great impression.
So that said, we got to the event and followed the words from our advisor. We got put on a huge smile on our faces and continued on. We could tell the event organizers weren't happy with us, but we got the food from the car, we helped set up the venue, and we helped bring the food out. So that being said, we even let the organizers taste the food, which kind of helped break the ice a little bit. Looking back, what we learned from this experience was that failure is not final. A few months later, after this event, we received the opportunity to cater for the 2012 Vancouver Celebrates Diwali Festival with high-profile attendees, including the Mayor of Vancouver, Gregor Robertson. And at this time, we were on time.
So these moments of doubt, fear, and failure have shaped who we are and where we've been as leaders, as individuals, and with Fusion Kitchen. Behind our successes are the moments where we've needed to embrace our weaknesses and vulnerabilities. How we've dealt with these low points are ultimately why we're here today.
So what's next for us? Well, currently we're recruiting people to join our team. So if anyone's interested, just come talk to us. Also, we're in talks with groups for other classes. Again, interested, come talk to us. And also in a couple of weeks, we'll also be announced as the official partners for the 10th annual Vancouver Celebrates Diwali Festival.
So the next time you see us at an event and we are smiling confidently about Fusion Kitchen, ask us how many rejections, mistakes, no's, and holy crap moments we went through to get to that point. Thank you.